Museum dedicated to one man, a tennis player by the name of Roy Emerson. The Roy Emerson Museum opened in Blackbutt in 2011 and in getting it off the ground. Peter, welcome once again to 612 ABC Brisbane.
Well, thank you so much, Spencer. You nearly gave the game away half an hour ago, didn't you?
What are the chances someone would call up and ask me about Yarraman?
Yes.
Well, we intrigued everyone in the South Burnett, hopefully, listening this morning. Peter, you're well known as an Expo 88 historian. How did you get involved in creating a tribute to Roy Emerson?
Well, it was because of a byproduct of a bit of work for the then Lord Mayor Graham Quirk, who was a bit of a tennis tragic, and I did a little bit of work in naming various parks and whatever, and one of them was the Roy Emerson Tennis Centre. And the day before Roy unveiled the naming of the tennis centre, he was up in Blackbutt, and he opened the Roy Emerson Museum. And it was just Dr. Google helped me establish that fact. And because I was cycling up here on the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail, I knew of the location of where the museum was, and I just got involved in it. And part of the success of the museum actually owes itself to your good self, because I don't know if you recall when you did that program and you cycled up the rail trail.
Yes, in 2016. Yes.
Yep, and at that particular stage, that's where the rail trail ended on the upward, and on the downward it stopped at more, and it didn't progress between the two. But your efforts saw the state government see sense and complete the connection. Now, just one little thing, this new year, Happy New Year to all the listeners. It's also a very special New Year because Australia is 125 years old today, and that comes back to Roy Emerson, because he is celebrated at Blackbutt because he holds the largest number of Australian Open wins, and obviously the nation Australia had to be formed for us to be able to hold the Australian Open, and that's Roy's principal claim to fame.
All right, I want to fire some quick fire questions at you, Peter, because you and I both know we could talk all day. I've walked around the outside of the Roy Emerson Museum en route to Yarraman, picked up a pie at the pie shop there that got the best pie in Queensland in the Premier's Queensland Day Awards last year now. I've not been inside. So what is on display in the Roy Emerson Museum?
Well, it's actually got a very special collection of memorabilia, partly donated by Roy, partly accumulated by the volunteers over time. There's a very special wooden racket, but it's brand new, never been used. It was made in 2019, and there was a run of 500. And number 50 is sitting in the museum, and that was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Rod Laver and Roy Emerson winning the Australian Open doubles at Milton, as it happens. The great author Hugh Lund donated a couple of books and signed them. And there was a wonderful lady volunteer by the name of Erica, and she has put together dozens and dozens of local history scrapbooks, and they are also featured in the museum. But the special feature of the museum itself, the building, is that there was a one-room school that Roy went to, and believe it or not, that school journeyed all the way down on the back of a truck to Yarraman, was the Girl Guides hut there for many years, and then made a journey back to that location where it is at Blackbutt to become the home of the Roy Emerson Museum. However, that's not the special feature of the museum that makes it of an international standard, which I was pretty sure you'll find it hard to believe that it is. But the rail siding at the back was at Nakoo, and the school building was at Nakoo as well. And it's the rail siding which is its special element, because Roy was super fit. and he was super fit because as a school kid, he used to milk the cows, and then his father put the milk on the rail siding and went down to Toogoolawah to become condensed milk. And the road into the museum, the Roy Emerson Way, Roy Emerson Gardens, the statue, the school building, and then the rail siding, all of those elements bring it together to make it of an international standard museum, and it's quite unique.
Are there any other museums to an individual sports person? I can't think of one in Queensland. I mean, there might be one, but I don't know of one, and maybe even in Australia.
No, well, there is in Australia because it's the Don Bradman Museum.
Okay, all right, yes, yep, fair.
And there are other museums that are dedicated to the memory, but not necessarily one that bears the name of the principal sponsor. But I mean, he was an unbelievable character. He visited the museum and unveiled the statue, and all of this history can actually be found if people Google Roy Emerson's museum YouTube channel. There's about 300 odd YouTubes sitting there, and if you go to the playlists, you can see the history there of the statue being created and then poured. And also, there's a very good interview with a very successful ABC radio presenter by the name of Spencer Howson.
Very good.
It's a really great museum.
All right, got to run. As I say, we could talk for ages. Might see you at the tennis. I know you're coming down for the Brisbane International. Peter Racy, thanks so much for coming on as we continue to feature the lesser-known museums of southeast Queensland, the Roy Emerson Museum in Blackbutt, which opened in 2011, another museum at the same time.